So just a little reminder of that as we kick off on the top left-hand side. Our red Protoss player here is herO from Dragon Kaiser Gaming. He takes on GuMiho, runner-up at the ESL SC2 Masters Summer. Blue Terran in that bottom right-hand side. A quick mention, if you are enjoying the stream today, to consider following the channel so you run live in the future with more StarCraft. If you're really enjoying, you can, of course, support the channel by subscribing. Again, we're trying to at least stay around 700 subs, so if you've got a Prime sub available or a few dollars spare to subscribe regularly, it does help a whole bunch, especially if you can afford a regular sub. That's amazing in this day and age, because regular subs are what we need to maintain our 70-30 sub split, which is a massive difference for the channel, and really does allow us to kind of justify putting on a lot more of these events, because it allows us to take more of the sub money, as we get more money off the subs. So if you do have, you know, a few dollars to subscribe on a regular kind of monthly basis, super appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Prime sub if you can. Appreciate you all being here. Thanks for being awesome, and let's get into what will be our last series today. And just, I guess, just in case you're on YouTube, obviously, hello YouTube, you exist as well. If this goes on YouTube, like and subscribe. There you go. There you go, YouTube. You got your shout out. The once a month shout out, which might not even go on YouTube because maybe this series isn't good. We don't know. I'm not psychic. Might be, though. Might be. Just gonna be seeing our Marine chasing, nearly getting the probe. Not quite, though. Probe just about gets away that time. Reaper on the way up. So Marine into Reaper. That's going to be the opening here from GuMiho in game number 1. Going to be our starting point. Our Nexus is about halfway done. The Adept still Chrono boosting out here from herO as well. So just bringing that online. And this probe continuing out around to the south. Is actually going to hop up to the high ground here and just go patrolling for a little bit longer as well. So just patrolling away. We do have our Stargate already producing on the side of herO as well. So just going to be seeing that opening, where we are likely going to see a few Phoenix at some stage of this. Would be the expectation. Our Adept continuing through, the Reaper taking a shot of damage, and just going to be seeing our refinery, bunker, all coming up. Factory as well, continuing to come on out, so just bringing this through for the moment. Seeing where we go with this. We'll see, we've got ourselves the Terran kind of crazy madman in GuMiho. He really does a lot of fun, different, funky things. That SCV was not quite pulled away in time to truly be saved or so, but that's okay, not the end of the world. Nice for the Adept to get a single kill. Always nice to slow down the Terran production and economy a little bit wherever you can, especially with your first unit. Always generally a pretty big W. So Adept just pulls back. Oracle is on its way to, again, set us up initially. I would be surprised if we see much more than one Oracle. Typically, again, Oracle into just Phoenix is so popular to play nowadays, so that would be my expectation for this here. You get the Cyclone on the way up, so that's going to be our defense against this Oracle at first as well. As our Oracle continues to Chrono Boost out, just going to be seeing the couple of gateways coming down. We do have Adepts coming up the top. Our Oracle still moving around the main base. I'm just going to be seeing what happens here. Couple Oracles join together. Just going to see our Adepts continue out down to the south. Just going to be seeing them shading in toward this natural expansion. Cyclone, Marines continue to join on in. We are going to see multiple Oracles. We're going to go all the way to 3 Oracles, and the Twilight Council follow-up as well. But this is triple Oracle into Blink. This is one of the hardest styles to truly pull off in this modern-day TVP. It's so tough. You're under so much pressure. You can potentially die to so many of the aggressive builds of a Terran. You've got to be really on point with your scout, and you've got to be really good with your engagements. You have to play some absolutely extremely good StarCraft in these situations. Like, you really just do, you know? As Oracles... fun trade out. We lose 1. We did kill a Cyclone, so a reasonable start, I suppose. An Oracle for a Cyclone. I actually think you kind of like that as GuMiho. You're taking away the Oracle threat. Already 2 Oracles are way less threatening because they can't one-shot SCVs anymore, right? So, yeah, okay. I feel like this is actually kind of alright. I think we kind of like it as GuMiho, who starts up his Stim Pack, his Combat Shield, and his +1 attack. So bringing all of that up and into play. Oracle trying to find a little extra, finds one SCV off on the refinery here, so that's a nice little bonus. Find another one up in the main base as well. I'm just going to be still seeing that blink coming through. Stimpack Combatant +1 continuing to produce. And the Oracle of herO continues to fly out the left-hand side. The Cyclone's still pushing around the bottom. The Oracle moves around the right. And yeah, just going to be seeing our Marines coming across. Very narrowly catching that Oracle. Not quite going to get it in the end. Still got the Cyclone on the hunt, though. Can he catch the Oracle on its cut back across to try and get toward the Protoss bases, or is it going to be just too far away? Obviously, you don't quite know where it is, and it looks as though we're not going to be able to find it here, so it is going to be the Cyclone turning back around. Oracle does live. I think that's some great words to hear right now as a herO fan, because it really felt like his Oracles were maybe not having the best of times. This Oracle commits for the Cyclone. Is the Cyclone going to end up dead? Not yet, but it will with Oracle 2 showing back up. The Cyclone, he committed Protoss war crimes by trying to hunt down an Oracle, and he got punished immediately for it, taken out instantly. As that bio pops out. It's going to be seen the army kind of setting out in the center. The couple Oracles still patrolling around just a little bit here. Stalker's already taken some shots. A little bit of bios takes a step ahead. We'll stim up. Try and see what we're doing. The Oracle's coming back across. We lose one of them, so finally GuMiho gets a catch on one of these Oracles. He's been hunting these Oracles throughout this game, and he finally gets a second. Obviously, the first game very easily. He really had to work for number 2. As we continue to push on up, chasing Stalkers back once again to the top side of the map. This Bioforce is going to find the other Oracle as well. Suddenly, they all come at once. As we are going to see the Stalkers, though, blinking in, taking down one Medivac immediately. Bio begins to try and play the kiting game, decides to turn around and fight this. We knock down this Guardian shield. Zealots don't have charge, which makes this a much more accessible fight to continue into. We knock down... okay, the Stalker blink was good to avoid the Widowmine shots. We do clean out the Zealots, though, and GuMiho will keep up with army on this side of the map for the moment. And yo, Wylan Wayne, thank you so much for the fresh new Prime sub on the channel. Thanks for helping out the sub count today as our Stalkers gonna blink on forward. Marines and Marauders in some trouble here. Reinforcements not here for GuMiho, so herO is gonna find the cleanup. Every Medivac goes down, all the Marauders go down. Full cleanup from herO in the middle of the map. That is gonna be huge. That is going to be massive. Alright, well that was an exciting few moments. Now herO will take some map control, has to blink away from this mine potentially. As we do blink away and just minimize any trouble there. The rest of our Bioforce just setting up on the natural expansion as well and just waiting to see what else can be done. A few more Zealots continuing through, and it's going to be seeing our Bioforce once more, pushing some Stalkers away for a moment. Stalker's going to jump onto the command center, and GuMiho going to struggle to take a third base for a few moments. Again, just losing all those units across the map has heavily slowed down his position in this game. Zealot has to back away a little bit. Just going to be seeing another couple Widow Mines actually relocating further back. They will help against those Zealots, and the Zealots do start to get deleted. The only issue I do have for herO is he is playing Stalker Zealot with not really any follow-up to it, right? So that is genuinely a little bit of a problem. That is something that could hurt you here eventually, because if the Terran ever stabilizes enough to kind of just get a better amount of units going his way, he is going to kind of crush you. It's all about kind of that kind of seesawing, kind of balancing effect of, you know, when is it too much and just tilts slightly into the Terran's favor, suddenly it plummets into the Terran's favor, for example. It was the same on the other side of the map. The Terran player was doing very well until there was just a few too many Stalkers, and then all of a sudden it wasn't looking so hot. That's a great catch as the Stalkers blink back away from a mine, and you again get to chase them. However, the others are showing up. This time the Widow Mines don't do much here at all. In fact, they do very little. And we do have our Medivacs just back to healing up this Bio army. Stalker's going to recall back home. We've got ourselves a Widow Mine drop here that gets a sentry, which is a unique kill on a Widow Mine drop. And that's just going to be 1 or 2 probes as well, so actually really not that much from GuMiho. Offensively, we'll lose the Medivac as well. He is back to clean out these Zealots, though, because again, on their own, not joined up with everything else, this is a somewhat abusable force, I guess. Somewhat, you know, capable of playing through that. Bio now continues out up to the top. We do have our Stalkers continuing to back on away, trying to stay out of here. So we've seen our Bio already having to a chance to kind of make a jump on this. Couple Zealots going down. Sentry Pulls away over to the side, and just going to be seeing a couple more zealots getting picked away at. Widow Mines continuing to connect onto those zealots. A disruptor shot fires. Marines and a Marauder going down too. And GuMiho on this side of the map is looking okay, but I'm worried that he's not truly going to be able to bust through the Colossus. And if you can't bust through the Colossus quickly, you generally start ending up in a lot of trouble very quickly yourself. So, gotta be careful. Zealot's going to continue to be that frontline. Disruptor still chasing. Medevac's pretty drained of energy. Every stim right now is some permanent damage that's not being healed up. Quadruple kill from the Disruptor on the Widow Mines. Thank you very much. We take those. Ouch, that hurt. Medevac loads up now the group of Marauders to go dropping. He doesn't have any mine to drop, so it's just going to be the little Marauder drop to the upper right-hand corner. Initially, that's going to be our push. Away we go. As the extended thermal lance finishes up, both Colossi still producing. Robo Bay was being chrono boosted. That's going to walk away now. GuMiho just doesn't have enough, I don't think, to survive this attack of herO up into his natural or across into his third, wherever herO wants to go. That third base works fine, although he puts all the disruptors in the front. They all die instantly. That was perhaps the worst thing herO could have done. It still doesn't really matter because there's just so much for herO. We'll drop over here, as we mentioned before, is getting to work. There's just not the damage output from GuMiho. Even with an upgrade lead, he just doesn't have quite enough way to kind of, to just get through the Zealots. He doesn't have the mines to kind of clung through, and then he's very Marauder heavy, so they don't do much against the Zealots. It's going to be GG's. herO takes game number 1. It was messy, though. This one in the top right-hand side, how Red Protoss player from Dragon Kaiser Gaming. This is herO. He's up 1 as he takes on the Blue Terran. Bottom left here on Royal Blood, it is GuMiho, and he's got an SCV making his way through the bottom side of the map in these early few moments. Alright, you'll get on the way up, and there is the proxy barracks coming down from GuMiho. Obviously expected once the SCV started moving out. It is quite far across the map as well, so pretty committed position from GuMiho here to begin with. As we do have ourselves this Rax just coming up for the moment. The refinery is going to come along with this as well. As we do have our simulator just about to finish. There's going to be double gas before anything from herO. Wow, what are we seeing? Double gas is not common. And it might have been common if you like super early probed and realized there's a proxy, but I'm not sure, man. We've seen our Cybercore then halfway done. Just going to be seeing our pylon off to the left-hand side. Factory reactor coming up for the moment. Just going to be seeing our pylon getting set over on the left. Our probe trolling around. Cybercore's about to finish. Probe coming through. SCV coming up. Again, there's the Adept coming out from herO as well. So just getting that underway. Probe is moving around a little bit. We do have a starport coming on through. And Stargate proxied. Man, what a weird little situation then to get proxy on one side, proxy on the other. And this is proxy everything from GuMiho as well. Factory and the starport all proxied up. This really is going to go crazy. I called him the Terran Madman in the last game, and this is kind of exactly why. He will do things like this, and he's very comfortable doing builds like this. I actually think this is horrible for herO. His Stargate's going to be across the map. For any SCVs that's Oracle kills, I feel like there's so much more potential with what GuMiho is going to be able to do. Like, I feel like this is going to be just Widow Mine after Widow Mine. Oracle likely going to have to pull back home to detect, so it won't get much of a chance to deal damage anyway. Oh, we're going to put the barracks on the reactor after as well. We're going to go, like, factory on the tech lab and then into, like... Oh, no, barracks is just going home. I thought the barracks was about to swap on over to the reactor. I was like, are we going to do, like, a Thor drop after? Like, get the factory to build a tech lab or something? There's the Oracle showing up. sits here, sees the armory, does choose to activate its pulsar beam despite scouting the armory, which can only really mean one thing in terms of the Widow Mines. I think that they're going to have cloak. There's a few adepts in position to try and shut down some of the mines as they initially drop. Let's see how that goes. First mines, probes pull. That Widow Mine's going to get burrowed. Oh, God. Yep, that was trying to, that's called trying to split in a hurry. Because you do get 2 more probes at the end. Important to split the mines up where possible and keep them burrowed, because you don't want one revelation to knock down every single Widow Mine, right? 10 SCVs went down on the other side, 11 probes on this side. Who has the better follow-up? More mine damage or just more oracles? We're actually building a Phoenix now as well. Again, the main thing I think right now is just keeping these Widow Mines split apart so that one revelation doesn't catch multiple. That could have been a better revelation. It could have had 2. Now Widow Mine's going to start clearing out some of these adepts as well. Widow Mine's still on the natural, going to start walking up into the high ground here. Adepts just not in the right place to defend. Going to kill a few more probes. Widow Mine's over here. There's no energy on the oracle. And this is absolutely starting to turn into a Terran advantage as so many probes keep on dropping. And now there's a Viking to come and fight the Oracle, so you can actually push back the detection a little bit. Oh my goodness. We're only on 1 Oracle. We do have a second. It's coming over here, so we will start to clean out these mines a little bit more quickly than what we have been doing. That's something at least I guess is... Oh, that revelation misses! There was no Widow Mine there! What? Oh, that's an uncharacteristic error. That was really kind of wild. Did I just see that? I don't think so, right? Still a Widow Mine on the low ground, killing probes as it spawns as well, by the way, so that's also not exactly a fun experience right now. herO is not having a great time, guys. Back at home, GuMiho still on 1 base, worth noting, of course. He's against a 2-base Protoss, so it is important he does more, I guess. As right now, no revelation available. The probes all just stacked up for 10 kills at once. Gonna lift up the Revelated Widow Mine, so it's just gonna stay in the medevac. The Viking's still dueling with a Phoenix right now as well. My goodness. What a first game for GuMiho to take, because he is just gonna take this with 24-9 workers. Drops these mines down. That one's still visible, though. That was maybe... Oh, my goodness, it comes out of Revelation just in time. And again, we Revelate, only catching 1. Could we not have caught both on the Revelation over here? Not sure it really matters. Probes going down again. The Vikings land. They're going to lift back up. I kind of like the idea of the Vikings landing at first, but there's, I think, just a little bit too much. You're going to kill 1 Oracle. Either way, GuMiho just has too much, and that is going to be GG's. That is, again, if you do enjoy the stream, guys, do consider supporting, subscribing, etc. It does help us out a whole bunch. It's always appreciated. Thank you so much for, thank you so much for supporting and being awesome. As we hand ourselves to the top left-hand side, the blue Terran tying up this series is going to be GuMiho. Oops. And in the bottom right, our red Protoss player is Dragon Kaiser Gaming's herO. Yo, Nordalator, thank you so much for the 11-month resub. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for being a regular resubber. Appreciate it so much for the 11 months. Thank you so much. You rock. Okay, we're coming down. Assimilator coming up. We do see our probe still chrono boosting out for the moment. As we have ourselves double gas again from herO. He's like, man, I had a plan in game 1 and you kind of ruined it, buddy. Probe nibbles at the SCV for just a second there, and just going to be seeing our SCV continue to retreat back up to the top side. Gateway, barracks, both coming through for the moment as well. As that Rax is going to be finishing. Cybercore starts from herO. Obviously, last time we saw the idea of it being a little bit of an aggressive kind of proxy Stargate from herO. We'll see what he chooses to do this time around with his game plan and his double gas that he has set for himself initially. Probe gets pushed away. You have this pylon, like I said, it's going to be a proxy. Maybe we just Stargate again. Who expects him to proxy Stargate twice? And to be fair, GuMiho ain't scouting, so it's going to go unnoticed. So Stargate will begin. Warp gate coming up. Let's see where we go. Is there no possibility you get a sponsor for your championships, Wardy? If we could have had, could have a sponsorship for sponsoring our tournaments, we would. People aren't interested in sponsoring tournaments nowadays, man. People want to sponsor streams. Why sponsor a tournament when you can just sponsor the stream for the month, right? And probably get a lot more out of it. So, I take a lot of the sponsorships that I do on the channel, like game playing sponsorships and other things. We take a lot of that money and help to fund the tournament prize pools. That's why they're much larger than the, just the subscriber money and so on. So, yeah. GuMiho came all the way over here. He nearly got to see the Stargate, but not quite. He does have an early bunker, though. I mean, that should push him in the right direction. That should give him a little bit more hope here as Adept gets rid of that SCV. Adept just going to shade on up. And just going to be sitting on that ramp for a couple moments as F3 Depot is going to continue to wall off. Starport is about to be done. The Oracle showing up. 4 Marines, one of them low. It's not going to be good enough. I think it's 5 Marines to fight an Oracle in this day and age. 5 full HP Marines. I think it used to be 6. Maybe it still is 6. Obviously, this was very close with 4. And obviously, again, one of them went down so much faster because it was a little bit nibbled at. 4 SCVs going down, but remember, hero's on a later expansion, so this is some damage you can absorb and kind of, be okay with. Oh! We got the Widow Mine shot on an Oracle, though, so that's going to put us down to just 1 Oracle. It is the higher HP one, but hey, I mean, 1 Oracle is much better than 2 if you're the Terran in this scenario, so you take any of the Oracles going down, and now the Viking kills off the next Oracle as well, so GuMiho with the double kill on the Oracles puts himself into a great position. Because suddenly all of this early investment from herO, yes, it's done some damage, but he's not going to show it, he's not going to have any units to show for it at the tail end, right? He's going to be missing some of the bits and pieces he would usually have. He has 1 more Oracle popping out. That's now 3 Oracles built, 1 still on the map. Obviously the Adepts here making it difficult for SCVs to do anything on this natural expansion, so I like this as well. GuMiho's like, well, I've got 3 SCVs AFK over here. Let's just build a depot here because it's a safe place for this SCV, and these SCVs aren't mining anyway. May as well put them to work, man. May as well get them doing something. Oracle flies into the natural. Oh, the fresh mule! No! He goes down. I don't think there's much saving that. But the Widow Mine gets the Oracle again! Green fireworks across the Terran bases as they celebrate the fall of the Oracles here today. 3 for 3, all going down to Widow Mines or Vikings. Yeah, just beautiful stuff. And we've got Adepts that are stuck in the back. They have to dodge away from a Widow Mine, higher HP. Adept takes the Widow Mine shot as well. GuMiho just can't stop killing Protoss units. That's a fantastic thing to be able to do when you're in the middle of a TVP. He just can't stop for the life of him. He's just getting Protoss unit after Protoss unit right now. Well, down the left side we go. Medevac takes 3 Widow Mines across, a couple Stalkers, a couple of Adepts sitting out the front as well. We will have ourselves the Blink about halfway through here on the Twilight Council. Adepts are already coming forward. The SCVs are going to come chilling through. A couple of SCVs start to take some damage. Well, where are we at overall? Third base comes up from herO. Needs up about 6 workers, which is about normal. Blink's about to be done, which is at least a tech structure or tech in the game that, is generally one of your concerns. If you proxy up a Stargate, is the rest of your tech delayed? Well, yes, but he's going to have Blink. As GuMiho gets to 2 bases. Army supply is good for GuMiho. Stim pack only starting, so maybe a while before GuMiho can push. Wouldn't mind drop 8 probes. Well, there goes the worker lead from herO. So one of the things I felt like was kind of okay for him now disappears. Well, that's pretty brutal then. So 8 probes go down. Actually really changes how I feel about this, honestly, because I felt like before I'm like, okay, he was kind of where he's meant to be, more or less, give or take a little bit. Impact +1 all coming up. Just going to see a couple of Adepts going to go shading forward. Our Marines not going to do too much there. Just going to continue onto those rocks and just seeing again a couple of Adepts, a few Stalkers, all setting up to poke at the front in the next few moments. +1 attack, stim pack, siege tank, all coming through as well. Stalker's going to blink up to the high ground. Tank fire is pretty reasonable there as our Marines come across the sides, chasing these Stalkers down. That doesn't really do too much. We got 3 SCVs, mostly the Adepts on the low ground, so we're finding some damage at least still as herO, but definitely feels like he could do with a little bit more, right? Like, I don't know, I just feel like so much damage taken beforehand. I guess we'll see, man. I mean, 3 SCVs down has kept GuMiho at 46 workers, so maybe this has actually turned out to be kind of okay. Maybe this ain't actually so bad. Maybe this is bad, though, because maybe what is going to happen is that this is going to be a big push from GuMiho, and that's the one thing that herO is not currently providing an answer to. Like, right now, I don't know what herO does when GuMiho shows up with all of these units, right? That's one thing. I mean, I guess he's about to have a Templar Archives. He does have charge. Going up to 8 gateways right now. Well, maybe GuMiho needs to do something with his attack, but I like it. I feel like the 20 army supply lead is decent. It's a strong set of units. Some Stalkers getting caught here. Like I said, the Temple Archives just finished. What we're going to do, add some Archons. They're not going to be super mobile against a Bioforce. As a Phoenix goes down, we're going to see these Stalkers have blinked forward, so they're on cooldown. Uh-oh, herO. That's not a good fight. That's him just kind of fighting out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. Sentry gets taken down as well, and this feels as though already this is not... I mean, this is just not the start you wanted to have as herO. That might have been a good fight because a couple of tanks were only with a few Marines. The rest of the Marines were a bit further right. We're going to dive the natural. Shield battery, absolutely not. That's not going to be allowed to stay up. And, well, herO, if this is meant to be intercepted in reinforcements, it's kind of just being intercepted itself. We do have enough units to push the attack on the natural way, but the battery went down. So, again, you're without a battery here. That's generally a pretty big deal as well, as our tanks are all sieged up. 20-ish army supply lead still for GuMiho. He's also got the +1 attack upgrades. We're bringing more Phoenix into players. I assume he wants to lift up some amount of siege tanks. The SCVs are pulled. GuMiho believes he can do this right here. Okay, this is it then from GuMiho, pushing forward. Zealots and an Archon from here on the right side. A few units on the left side trying to get involved, trying to get active. We do have our tanks absolutely decimating the units on the left side, so that isn't exciting. And we can focus up on this push on the right. Next few moments, like I say, the few SCVs to tank. There's not a lot of splash damage. We got in another High Templar or two to get another Archon underway. Tanks are going to siege up towards the front, though. Those High Templar drop a feedback or two, but they do not become Archons. It's not exactly ideal, is it? It's not exactly ideal in the slightest. We're just going to be seeing our Bioforce stemming up. Zealots are going to be taking a bunch of damage. This is going to be a ton of units going down. I just don't think herO can survive this. I don't think he's going to be okay. I think he's in a ton of trouble, and I think he's actually just straight up dead as GuMiho takes it 2-1 over herO. Massive for GuMiho in this group. Wow, wow, wow. This group's been amazing, man. It's been so much fun. It has been so much fun. I've got an Ellie that's requiring my attention, guys. Sorry.